This is what you call at-home keratin treatment, okay? My hair is like silk.
So guys, a little bit about the actual system that I use. So I use the AVLON Texture Release Keratin Treatment System. I first purchased this on Amazon, and it came in a kit like this with like a bunch of different products that you use. So it came with the actual hair dilator, it came with the releasing lotion, a heat protectant, a curling cream I think, and a shampoo. So those are the things that I got within the set. And just to give you a bit of information as to why I chose this particular system, so it's actually not a keratin treatment system, it's actually an amino acid treatment system, which means that it's a lot less harsh and it also doesn't last as long. It's because it uses smaller chains of amino acids to get the styling, as opposed to keratin treatments which use keratin, if that makes sense. So it's technically not a keratin treatment, but it does the exact same thing, which is why I call it a keratin treatment. It also has no formaldehyde or any kind of derivatives or methylene glycol. I have had a couple of questions on that, and as I mentioned, it's an amino acid system that helps to rejuvenate the hair fibers. So there are different benefits as to why people do this, but the main reason why I chose this brand is because they also own Keracare. So AVLON is the parent company of Keracare, which is some of my favorite products. So I really did trust their system, which is why I chose to go with this one. So now I'm going to show you how I use it.
So guys, that was pretty much it for all the information on the keratin treatment that I do use, why I use it, etc, etc. It obviously comes with instructions when you get it. There's a few different bits of bobs that come in the treatment. They sell this treatment in like the separate bits, so I was able to just buy a big version of the lotion, which is like the main part. And this has lasted me since I first got the kit, as well as the thermal protector that I use. It's one of the silicone-based thermal protectors. This is basically the same as the Keracare thermal protector. So I've decided to get on the floor because this is such a crucial part of the operation. Hopefully the lighting is just as good. So my hair is freshly washed and deep conditioned. I do recommend deep conditioning before you do this treatment, just to make sure that your hair is nourished. So the first step that I do is the hair dilator, and the hair dilator is basically opens up your cuticle so that your hair can accept the lotion that you're going to put in, the keratin treatment. So I should probably mention as well that on a normal day I don't use this. Like when I'm just touching up my roots and stuff, I don't typically use the hair dilator, but because today I am doing a demonstration, so I'm going to section my hair into 4 and spray the hair dilator. I've sprayed the hair dilator quite thoroughly into my hair, and I just worked it through with my hands, and then it says to put it under a heat cap for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna leave this on my head for 10 minutes with a cap. It does say to do it under a dryer, but obviously I don't have a dryer, I'm not in a salon. By the way guys, this is for professional use only. Don't try this at home now. After you've left this on for 10 minutes, what you're supposed to do is remove the cap and obviously the dryer, and then dry your hair to like 80% dry before applying the lotion. So I'm gonna sit under the cap for 10 minutes and come back when I'm moving on to the next step. Alright guys, so it's been exactly 10 minutes since I had this heat cap on. Next part is to remove the heat cap from the hair dilator and blow dry, 80% dry as per the instructions. guys, I would say this is my hair is about 80% dry. I'm now going to use the actual keratin treatment lotion. So I put it in a bowl like I'm going to dye it, like I'm, you know, dyeing my hair. I personally don't use a brush. It does say to apply it with a brush because this stuff can be irritating. I personally don't use a brush because I like to have a feel to make sure that I'm not getting it on my scalp. Sometimes with a brush I don't have that level of like control, so that's why I'm going to be using my hands. But if you are going to use your hands, I would also recommend that you wear gloves. I'm not going to wear I'm not going to wear gloves because I can't be bothered. I feel like this is one of those do as I say, not as I do type moments. Like I really should be doing it proper, but I'm literally just showing you guys what I do. So this is the raw, real how I do it. So when it comes to applying the actual keratin treatment, you want to part your hair into thin sections and apply the lotion. So because I've got nails, I probably should get gloves actually because I've got nails, because scooping is real hard. It's just not that bad. So I literally take small sections. I grab the lotion, so I kind of start halfway down, and then when I'm kind of like working it in, I get closer and closer until I get to my scalp. This is one of the major keys when it comes to doing keratin treatment. You don't want to get it on your scalp. Different people can react differently to it. Some people, if it gets on their scalp, they get irritated, things like that. And then you want to take a tail comb and run the product in through your hair with a tail comb, just to make sure that it's evenly distributed and every strand has been gotten.
Okay guys, so I'm pretty much going to speed this part up and do a voiceover because I couldn't talk and do my hair at the same time. I literally have no idea why I'm so bad at multitasking when it comes to that. But yeah, as I've mentioned earlier, I am by no means any professional. This is a professional system and there can be side effects to getting kind of irritation and also getting it on your scalp. So if you're going to do this, guys, please do so at your own discretion and be really careful as well. But as you guys can see, I'm literally applying it to my root for the main part and then working it down to the rest of my hair because it didn't really need like that much lotion, and it does say you don't actually need to apply that much.
Let me call you back in like 20 seconds. Okay guys, so I finished applying the keratin treatment all over my hair. I'm now going back under my cap now. This is a lot of cap in, cap on, cap off, cap on, cap off. Now honestly, it does say to use a hooded dryer, but I'm not in a salon, so you gotta do what you've gotta do. And plus, this hooded bonnet is so good. My hair gets so like heated and it does like uniform heat distribution. I don't have a problem with this bonnet, honestly. I think it is like the next best thing to like a salon hooded dryer. It also says that you can steam as well. Steaming is also a really good option. So what's the next step is I'm gonna leave this in my head for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm gonna go and rinse it out. I'm not gonna take you in the shower with me today because I had some leftover. I gotta savor this. This ain't cheap. Okay guys, we have jumped ahead quite significantly here. I have rinsed out the keratin treatment. I've blow dried my hair. And I'm now moving on to the straightening part of it. The reason why I didn't film the washing out process and the blow drying process is because I really just filmed a wash day not too long ago. If you haven't seen how I blow out my hair and kind of my process for that, then you know, then I will have that video linked down below. But until then, it's done. We're here now. I've also got an appointment in an hour to go and get my hair cut, so I'm in a race against time. I'm probably not going to talk through the straightening part. I'm probably going to end up doing a voiceover in the interest of time. Probably a disclaimer. In my last video, I was really showing you guys what I do on a regular basis. Today's video is going to be a silk press. I mean, I don't mean to speak too soon or anything because obviously it's not done, but I just know what my hair looks like after a fresh keratin treatment, and yeah. So yeah, today's style might not be everybody's kind of cup of tea. It really isn't my favorite style, especially, you know, because I like to have a bit more volume to my hair. But yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles when it comes to keratin treatments. I'm gonna get into the voiceover now. The only thing I do want to mention is that I've got my straightener on the highest heat, and I'll explain that in the voiceover.
Okay guys, this is arguably the most important step and part of the keratin treatment, is the straightening part. So this is different to how I do this on a regular kind of like wash day. The reason is because, one, I use my straightener that has the highest heat setting. So if you guys don't know, when you apply a keratin treatment, you actually need to use heat to lock in the system. So if you want to do a keratin treatment and keep your hair curly, for the most part you can stop at the blow drying stage and still kind of get like a silkier hair. But if you are like me and you actually want to achieve those straight, smooth keratin results, then you're going to need to use a straightener on the highest heat. It also does recommend using a titanium hair straightener, but I find that a ceramic one works just fine for me. But anyway, so the main difference that I do when I'm doing a keratin treatment is I go over my strands twice. I go over each strand that I'm straightening more than once, because that is going to help to lock in the system. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos of people literally going over a piece of hair like 10 times, and most of the times in those videos it's because they're locking in a keratin treatment system. So it does say to do up to 8 passes on your hair on the instructions, but I'm not comfortable with doing 8 passes on my hair, so I stick to 2, and I think 2 works fine for me. I guess if you were really hell-bent and wanted to get really silky results, then you can go for kind of more passes, but I prefer to just do it this way. I did get lazy at the front and start doing bigger sections, and I literally don't know why, but this is basically what my hair looks like before I've had my trim and after I've done my keratin treatment. So yeah, so that's basically the straightening process and how it differs from my usual.
Okay guys, so this is the finished silk press. This is what it looks like with the keratin treatment. Oh, as you can see, my hair is smooth, like smooth, like it's never been smooth before, and it also is really flat. I am about to, what time is it? I am about to go and actually get a haircut because my ends are just in need of like they're not terrible, but they're not great. They're not the foundation of some healthy hair. I might get some layers put in, but you know what, let me not get too excited, because I'm actually going to a new hairdresser, because the one that I usually go to shut down, so I literally have to go somewhere else. And I thought to put a white top on so you guys can really see. It's easier to see when your ends need a trim with a white top. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You see what I mean, guys? Like, they could do with some TLC. So yeah guys, I am going to go and get my hair cut. I'm actually going to come back and show you guys once I've got my hair cut, so you guys can kind of like see how much I ended up having to take off. I'm back. Right, so I've just been and had my hair cut, trimmed, whatever you want to call it. She didn't actually have to take off much. She even said like, oh, you know, my ends weren't too bad. But you can instantly tell the difference, right? I'm so glad I showed you guys before and after, and obviously now showing you after the trim, because it makes like a huge difference. Like, it almost looks shinier. Like, obviously it moves more for starters. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna show you guys the back so you guys can see. It's a U-shaped cut. So yeah, I don't know if I'm showing this very well. I don't know if that showed it very well, but I will also put in a picture of my before pictures. So this is what my hair looked like before the cut, trim, and this is what my hair looks like after the trim. That's not a gap, by the way, in my hair. I even asked her, I was like, oh my gosh, do I have a big hole in my hair? And she was like, no, it's just the way she like brushed it. This is what you call at-home keratin treatment, okay? My hair is like silk, and honestly guys, this is one of the main reasons why I'm able to maintain my hair straight in the summer. If I go outside now and it's raining, it doesn't matter. If I sweat, it doesn't matter. If this told you anything, this is your sign to get that trim, because it will literally make your hair look better. There's no point your hair being longer if it's like, you know, like what my hair was looking like before was not it. This is it. This is it. Whatever this is definitely it. Guys, remember when I was literally about to do my blowout and I was like, this is gonna give silk, this is gonna give silk. This is how I knew my hair was gonna turn out. Right, I'm gonna wrap this up, because if I sit here and start staring at my hair, we'll all be here for like another hour. But yeah, so that's it guys. So that is pretty much it guys for my keratin treatment, how I do a keratin treatment on my hair. I hope it helped. As I also mentioned as a disclaimer, I am going to be doing a informative video about keratin treatments in general and everything like that, so please do look out for that and get informed on keratin treatments before you start jumping ahead and being like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. You know what I mean? That's it guys, that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.